Hi, Michelle here with Dreaming English. I want to talk to you today about how this coronavirus is affecting my family, affecting my town, affecting my work. I know it's already hugely affected people that live in Italy. It's affected people all over the world. And it's something that I didn't really think about too much until just about a week or two ago. And something that I really didn't feel affecting my life and my children's life until just a few days ago. So my son is in robotics, and if you watched a previous episode, a previous show, I talked about him making the front page. He did have one competition, but now all of robotics, all competitions are canceled. World Robotics in Detroit, canceled, done. The first came on Monday when I got calls and emails that a college, the College of the Holy Cross, was not going to allow outside organizations to come in. And I work at a high school where we send high school students there to do a kind of college readiness program. So that was already affecting me. Then we got a call that Clark University was not going to allow outside organizations in. Then on the news was Harvard and MIT and Northeastern and Smith and all these colleges that were closing and telling students, don't return from spring break. Pack up your stuff. Don't return, or pack up your stuff and go home. You're going to do online classes for the rest of the semester. This past weekend, my daughter had an Irish step dancing show, and it was awesome. This is the bag for Irish step dancing, and her beautiful dress that I did not sew because I don't know how to sew, but a lovely French woman sewed it for me and did this embroidery, which goes back to the Book of Kells, and we're going to have some videos on St. Patrick's Day and Irish step dancing where she'll tell you more about this. But she got to have that one show, and lucky we had it this past weekend because all the rest of the shows canceled. Robotics canceled. My part-time work, where I work with the students that are going to the different colleges, that's canceled. So it's affecting me financially. Obviously not as much as other people that might be out of work without pay, but that little bit extra that I would get was what I would use to be able to help my children to take step dancing and for them to go to robotics activities and such. I would use that extra money that I was making. So it's something that's affecting people around the world. You know, starting with starting with people in China, moving on to Europe and moving on to the United States and every continent. We just heard that Tom Hanks, a very famous actor, was in Australia. And if he wasn't in Australia, he said he wouldn't have got a test, but him and his wife have tested positive for coronavirus. So we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if it's going to be something that is, some schools are closing for a couple weeks. My school that I work at actually closed today for cleaning. They were going to clean all of the surfaces and wipe down everything. My children went to school. They got on the bus and they went to school. But there's talk, and we've got emails from the principals, that they may be sending packets home with them, and they might be going to online work and maybe be canceling. Some of the colleges have decided to close for 2 weeks and then reevaluate to see where things are going. But things are getting canceled. Scouts meetings, after school activities, everything is being canceled. And it's something that I told my daughter, this has never happened in my lifetime. I know, I believe back in the 1920s, there was it was called the Spanish flu that spread around, and I believe even the college that we live close to, Fitchburg State, had to close or had to have a quarantine. They had to quarantine all of their residents. So that was something that did affect people 100 years ago. But nothing in my lifetime has ever happened like this. And I feel bad for all the college students that can't go back, the seniors, my seniors that maybe they might not have prom. You might not have graduations. We don't know if this will clear up and when the weather gets warmer, if it will slow it down. We don't know if it's going to last 2 weeks, 2 months, 6 months. We don't really know right now. And the experts, I watch on television and I read and I watch on television, and the experts don't seem to know how long. And it saddens me. It saddens me that all of robotics is canceled. It saddens me that this dress, my daughter has been doing Irish step dancing for 3 years now, but this is the first year that she got to have a velvet dress like this, and she only got to have one show to use it. It saddens me that my students are not having these opportunities to go to these collegiate programs. And in addition, it also hurts me financially because I won't be able to get the extra work that I normally would get by being able to do this extra work with my students that go to these different colleges. I'm having to cancel buses. I have students that go from 5 high schools to 5 different colleges. One group of students actually walks because the college is very close, but the rest of them have to be driven by bus. And I'm having to cancel, I'm having to call and email and cancel all those buses because the colleges are shutting down. They're telling their students to go home. They're telling their students that you're going to do your work online, and they don't want anybody coming onto campus. So I just wanted to share with you, and I'd love it if you could put in the comments below, how is this affecting you? I worry. I have friends in many different countries. I practice Spanish, so I become friends with people from all over the world. I'm starting to learn Italian, so I started to practice with somebody from Italy. I really am not very good at Italian yet. And I worry about people. I know that it's just really starting to become severe here, and it's nothing compared to what is going on in places like Italy, places like Spain, what's going on in China. So please let me know in the comments below. And please subscribe to our channel. We're going to do similar things like this. I'm going to tell you things about my life, my children's life. I'm going to talk about different events that we have going on. And we'll have all different levels of super beginner, beginner. This is intermediate because I'm not going to be drawing pictures right now. I'm just talking and telling you what's going on in my life because I really felt the need to share how this is really affecting myself, my family, my work, my students. So please, thank you and have a great day.